Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw, and I'm here with a familiar face, Jeff Anderson, who's the co-CEO of Avoya Travel. Now, Avoya just held its annual conference. They went on a cruise from Quebec to New York, I believe, and they got all together, and that's where Jeff revealed what was going to happen and all the new stuff that they got planned. And there is a lot of interesting things that is going on at Avoya right now. And we were lucky enough just this past week to learn more about that. And we thought we'd get online with Jeff and get it from directly from him. So we're going to talk to him about that and a whole lot more on Insider Travel Report. Jeff, it's great to see you. It's been too long.
James, it has been too long, and I'm honored to be here today. So thank you for the invitation, and hopefully we can share some news that benefits your audience, and that they all get a little bit of a smile, maybe a little lighter step in their day.
Okay. Yeah.
So great news. Yep.
Well, here we go. Let's set the stage first. You were talking on the press conference about Avoya being, you view Avoya as a platform serving travelers, suppliers, and travel advisors. And that platform right now, I think, has 2,100 advisors, or in your nomenclature, independent agencies, serving about 150,000 customers. Is that right?
Yep.
And 750 plus suppliers. Has that grown substantially over the past year?
It has. The number that's growing the fastest for us right now is we're continuing to develop our independent agency network. That's been a really important objective of ours for a number of years now. And so that number keeps getting bigger and bigger. I think we're doing it with a lot of heart, with a lot of money. And so, yeah, these numbers keep getting bigger and bigger. They're all, we've had another record year. 2025 is going to be another record year. So it's exciting to see that the kind of the numbers keep getting bigger and bigger.
And I think you revealed a revenue number, didn't you? It's up there.
Yeah, we'll do 600 plus million in 2024. So now, what's really important to us is like we want to bring high quality advisors. We want to bring high quality suppliers. We want to bring high quality travelers to the table. And we've just been really fortunate to have maybe a disproportionately high amount of really excellent and exceptional people that we get to work with. So it's been a joy to grow this way.
And then, of course, they're interested. They want to make money too. And I think your commissions are up significantly. I think you mentioned that commissions for independent agencies are up 32% overall, and then 44% for what you call your elite 100 agencies, right?
Yeah, commissions are way up. We love that. We introduced the Elite 100 program about a year ago. It was just for internal, like current members of our network. And previously we had a max payout of 80% of the commission is what we split. And we decided
their own business, yeah.
For their own business, yeah, 80% of the commission split went to them. And we decided that really wasn't too competitive of an offering because there were others out there that were offering 100%. And so we decided to kind of retool our model a little bit. We wanted to make sure that was something that we could support. So we launched that about a year ago internally as an experiment to say, like, hey, we are going to be competitive for our network members, which we think is just good business. But then we also said, like, are we going to be able to keep delivering more and more? Because we do see ourselves as very like all-inclusive from a host category perspective. And so we wanted to make sure that we honored and were loyal to the people who had been here for a long time. That's really important to us. But also that we were able to see a 44% increase in the amount of commission that they are earning on the bookings made this year relative to last year, when last year was a record year.
Absolutely.
Now, that 44%, I will clarify, because our model is quite different. That's a combination of going from 80% to 100%. Okay, so that we'll just say that's 25% of the increase of their take home right there. But the balance of that is coming not just from their customers, but it also comes from the Avoya customers that we bring to the table. But all in, their take home on the bookings made this year are 44% higher in this group of about 125 agencies. So it's not like a small sample size.
No, that's amazing. Now I want to talk about the big news. And you mentioned what you're calling three game changers
Yeah.
for Avoya. And the first one, in my mind, because I've known you guys forever, the big game changer, you're changing your commission program. You're calling it the 2025 commission program, and you are now changing, I believe, the split that you're
Yeah.
going to pay on your live leads business, which is
Yeah.
the leads that you generate for your IAs. And
Yep.
basically you do all the marketing and everything else, and they get the call or they get the notification based on how good at selling they are at that particular product. And basically, in the old days, it was around 30% of the commission, if I remember correctly. And
You got it.
you're going to change that, I think, what, to 65, up to 65%?
So it's a 65% increase. So going from
Okay.
30%, the new ceiling will be at 50%.
Oh,
Now, there
50.
are some leads
Got it.
just, and we
Okay.
don't talk about it as much just because it's, we don't want to, we don't want to overpromise and deliver, but there are actually a certain types of leads that we pay 80% of the commission split
Okay.
on.
So it is
That
variable, but it was originally
variable,
around 30%. Now it'll be at 50 plus.
yeah. So it's a big step forward for us. Look, no other company that we know of are spending millions of dollars of their own money, converting those into leads, and then passing them out to independent contractors.
Right.
Very, very unique. Like we are taking on millions of dollars of risk every year. And this is why it's important for us to have really good supplier partners and really good agencies claiming these leads
Sure.
and great technology. We've got 5 patents now on our technology. And so the way that we want to make sure that we're delivering leads benefits travelers, could we do this like matching process?
Sure.
And so, but yeah, we're going to go from 30% and we will pay up to 50% on the vast majority of the lead business. We do have some that pay out at 80%, but that's a smaller minority. So probably not something that somebody should join us because of the 80%
Yeah.
leads. But the mainstay is a significant investment in the take home pay of our network.
So I assume that this news was received pretty warmly at your conference.
Everybody has been abundantly kind and complimentary and thankful to us. The economics of our model are actually quite challenging to start from.
Yeah.
And this is the reason why our competitors don't do this, is because it costs millions of dollars. And when you spend millions of dollars, we know in this industry, they might buy today, but they don't travel for 6, 12, 18, 24 months.
Yeah.
So there's this like massive cash outlay that we have to wait until they take their trip or make final payment until we can kind of like recapture our expenses. So it's a very expensive, cash prohibitive model to get into in the first place. And so, yeah, they understand that. Many in our agency or in our host agency, they're doing their own marketing. So they get how difficult and expensive it is. And so the gratitude, I got to say, like, we're thrilled. We get to work with great people. There's really awesome people at our network. And so it's awesome to be able to reward them, and we need their help. Our model is dedicated to preserving that relationship between the traveler and their advisor. And we just think that that's special. It's different. And we think that it's the best way for most people to get the most out of their vacation.
Well, and that you used to tell me that, with your live leads business, you were looking for great agents to serve that business. That's
Yeah.
that's how you grew, and now they're going to get paid more for that business, and I assume because they're generating even more, it's more income, and so you can justify the cost.
Yeah, it's this is a system like an ecosystem that like takes care of itself. So what we know and the reason why like we have to keep growing the network is because when somebody's been here for a few years,
Mhm.
their repeat business, which is the best kind of business, right? It's more lucrative, it's easier and faster, and you already know the people. Like it's just much more profitable for the independent agencies. And so um, eventually, over the course of a few years of somebody getting started, even if they're brand new to the industry,
Right.
they can't claim as many new customers. And so we always have to be bringing in new agencies to satisfy new traveler demand. And so it's important for us uh, to support both ends, which is like we need new travelers, we need new independent agencies, and then we need our repeat travelers to kick in so that the agencies that have been here for a while continue to benefit from that retained business.
Well, that's great news for your Avoya IAs. And then I have another game changer, number two. You launched. We talked earlier about Elite 100, which is actually Elite 112 or whatever it is, last year for your conference, and they're getting 100% of commission on their own book of business, and they pay, I believe, $3.99 a month for that. And my understanding is you are now going to seek to grow that elite category by making a special offer. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it is our 60th anniversary as a family in the business.
We should have mentioned that up front.
Yeah,
I was at the 50th.
yeah, you were at the 50th, and so to honor like my grandparents who started in this industry in 1964 in Hawaii,
Right.
uh, we decided to go big. They're no longer with us, and so it was like, what would our grandparents think about us maybe getting a little bit too excited about celebrating their anniversary? And
Okay.
so what we did is we created something that we're calling a quick start incentive,
Okay.
and this is pretty unique. The way that it's going to work, first of all, we're opening up Elite 100 to everybody now, so it's not just for people that are already inside of Voya. So that's a important shift for us. Again, waving the flag of success with 44% increased earnings for those who did join the program. So we know that it's very lucrative and been very profitable for those who have moved their business that way. But it's what we know is that there's a lot of smart, like really, really smart, talented, successful people out there that might just be content with where they're currently at. There's a lot of independents out there, like pure independents,
Mhm.
that haven't really found the reason yet, maybe to join a host. And we think that this is going to be pretty motivating for them. So what we're doing is not only are we going to pay the 100% commission split, but we've got a quick start incentive that's going to pay up to another $5,000
Pretty
on
good.
top of that.
Hmm.
And I got approval from our CFO and Phil Capelli, who's our chief sales officer,
Sure. No problem.
to kind of say like, hey, let's go big. It's going to be for a limited time. We're actually going to cap it to only 60 agencies to join us for this program.
And
And so
that actually it's starting soon. I forgot the date.
it is. We're going to kick it off 4 days from now. October 22nd is where we're
Okay.
going to start. We're going to put together a interest list. Um, the reality of it is that quick start incentive is based on production. So you need to produce in order to get the 5K. But after 90 days, we're going to take a look at the business that they brought to the table. We'll kind of measure it up, and we want to write as many $5,000 checks as possible. And it's just part of like we have a heart for this industry. What we anticipate here is that the $5,000 is really just a sweetener to what I would say is probably like the best economics that any host agency can provide.
Right.
And with the value of services that we provide, the amount of technology, we already talked about marketing, like nobody's doing this to create this much value. And so we want to just help people understand like the grass is greener on the other side.
Okay.
And we've got some things that we believe that will benefit and grow their business when they come in and join our network.
And I think if you're interested in that, you even have a special website. I think it's avoyanetwork.com/60 years, right?
Yeah, avoyanetwork.com/60 years. Again, it's to honor our heritage. We've been around for a long time. We're super relationally focused. We're also pretty innovative, as you know. And but this felt like the right time for us to honor our 60 years by giving 60 independent agencies a nice shot at earning quite a bit more than they could get anywhere else.
No, that's great. And in honor of your grandparents, I met them both and lovely people, and
Thank you.
and it really was a very special evening 10 years ago when we all gathered to celebrate 50. Now,
Yeah.
game changer number three, and maybe I should have done this as game changer number one because this is pretty innovative.
Yeah.
You are going to start a booking website,
Yeah.
but with a twist.
With a twist.
It's not just going to be consumers coming in and booking travel, which is they're going to do, but then you're going to hand it off to one of your independent agencies, right?
Yeah. We kind of beg the question, like we came up with a live lead model over 20 years ago, and we've always said like, okay, well, how can we make it better? And so we built out this like amazing amount of like, we call it the Agent Power app suite. So it's all the technology that we've created to help independent agencies and their advisors to work business as effectively as possible so that they can spend time like worrying less about administrative stuff. They can automate a bunch of stuff within Agent Power. So we like built a bunch of really awesome stuff. And then the question is like, well, how can we keep getting better? Right. We shared that with an NPS score of 92 is what our travelers rate our independent agencies, right? So again, this is about like, we want great travelers and we want great advisors. And in order for us to like keep raising the bar, we've got to look around at the competition, look around at what the market is doing, and say to ourselves, how are we gonna do the next best thing? Mm-hmm. So we launched what we call Avoya Live Bookings. So we've always done live leads, right, which are prospects. Live bookings are actually confirmed bookings. They've got either a deposit or they have been paid in full. Mm-hmm. And are like some of them they're in final payment, like they're done. And so we decided that true to our model, that both for the benefit of the advisor and for the traveler, that it was important for us to take those bookings and still pass them out to advisors.
Got it.
And we're still splitting commission. That's a little bit less than what they would get if it was just a prospect. But the biggest booking that we've had so far was $13,000. This is an online booking. And there was an advisor that is part of the beta group that we're doing on this. They were able to claim it. They'll make several $100s off of an already booked customer.
So similar to live leads, which you began with 30%, this will maybe slightly less than that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. But yeah, it's done. Like we're still in beta, right? We're still checking it out. We're still trying to like make sure that we understand all the ins and outs of it. But one of the reasons why we think that it's important to pay the advisor is because we know that advisors bring value to the table. And one of the very first things that we do after these bookings are made is get it in the hands of an advisor so that the advisor can go through and actually make sure that the customer booked the best thing. Right. What we've seen like time and time again, actually, is that as soon as you get the traveler on the phone, they realize like, oh, I may have missed a promotion, or, oh, I didn't realize this category had benefits that I want. So could I please upgrade? Or, oh, I didn't realize the location of that cabin isn't quite what I want.
Yeah.
And so I want to move locations. So we still bring value to the table for the traveler that way.
So you can bring value, bring the IA in who can then see what the booking is like and maybe upgrade the booking. Maybe obviously do things like travel insurance, maybe book
Yep.
air, things like that. So they can bring all that to the table to help and
Yeah.
be also the voice that you can call.
Totally. And they get to work with that advisor going forward. And so we've seen this work time and time again. That's how we end up with a 92 net promoter score. And we think that it's the right formula to continue.
And also that also, I believe, is also launching October 22, right?
So we're actually already in beta.
You're in beta.
So this
Okay.
launched, we started trickling traffic into this booking engine at the very end of August. Like
Okay.
when
So,
I say trickle, I mean trickle, because we weren't quite sure what was going to happen. But we've continued to expand it and continue to do so by adding more vendors. We again we're pretty good at technology, and so we continue to open it up to more and more of the traffic that's actually coming to the consumer site. But we're still in a beta, and launched the product as what we kind of know in the product development world called a minimum viable product. So this thing is still in its infancy in terms of like
right.
how awesome it is.
Mhm.
And I will say, like, I think it's probably almost the best booking engine right now. And we've just gotten started. We will build the best booking engine in the industry. That's our very clear goal. We think it's very attainable, and there's a high bar there. But it's important for us to create a self-service platform for the travelers that want it,
Mhm.
but also show love to the advisors because we know that they still bring value.
So it's almost a hybrid where it is a self-booking model, but with assistance from independent agency.
Exactly. Yep. We think that's an important differentiator in the marketplace. Booking, we kind of joke like booking engines don't do favors. And so advisors still bring a lot of value to the table. I will tell you, the reaction that we had when we announced this to our network was through the roof.
Really, this was also something well received at the conference as well.
Super well received because everybody's always had this like dream of making bookings while you sleep. And this actually gives our independent agencies the ability to receive bookings while they're sleeping.
Mhm.
So if they've got a customer, one of their customers comes to their version of our site, and a booking is made that goes right to that advisor,
Mhm.
and so they are going to get to collect the commission and have done far less work than before. We also know that it's reducing the workload for advisors because they're really able to shop a little bit more before they actually talk to advisors, because not everything is going to book online, right?
Right.
But this is giving that customer more information so that it's expediting the amount of time that their advisor, who they may have been working with, to actually like focus on closing the transaction. And so it's just been good like all around.
Now, this is really focused on cruise bookings, though, correct?
Right now we're focused on cruise. We've had interest in looking at like hotel, resorts. I mean, there's a lot of different applications that we can go into. At this point, we want to build the best cruise booking engine
Right.
that's out there. So we've got to stay focused on that. One of the ways that we did it is we decided not to go through a third party for all of the
Yeah, that
connectivity.
was amazing when you mentioned that. Everyone has a cruise booking engine. A lot of hosts and other have cruise booking engines, but there are through third parties, and you did this all in house.
Yeah, we did it all in house because we wanted to write directly to the cruise lines.
Mhm.
We know that the technology that they are building continues to get better and better, but too often it doesn't make its way out to the advisor level because there's a third party technology provider that might not be able to keep up with all of the changes that the supplier is making. And so there are core advantages. Like number one, there is no third party provider that might go down, and so the booking engine stops working. Like we're writing directly with the cruise line. So our uptime is significantly better. We know that the data is really pure. Again, we speak off of experience and working with third-party APIs. Like they're very challenging, and a supplier may think they're putting data into that third party one way, but the way that it comes out on somebody else's website might be totally different. And we needed to cut all of that noise out. Our advisors also use that same technology that we built. So everything for them is faster, more accurate. It was a lot of extra work, it was extra time, it was extra money. But again, we're trying to build something that's the best. And we thought that writing directly with the suppliers was going to give our advisors and our travelers significant advantages in doing business with us.
No, and absolutely, you need to do that. I mean, I do know there are hotel booking engines that are out there in the market that, travel advisors can be asleep and get money for.
Totally.
It works, but and so the model is there, but it sounds like you're trying to take it to another level.
We are, and remember, like because we're so big on technology, our platform, like you described earlier, for travelers, for suppliers, for advisors, we built technology to support all of this stuff, and so it's also really important for us to support the data infrastructure of these millions of people that come to avoyatravel.com, so that we can best craft their experience on the website, so that they can operate as travelers as efficiently as they can, or more efficiently than any other website. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of advantages in building on top of our own technology as opposed to leveraging somebody else's. There's other good technology out there, for sure, and we've played with it, we've used it. We believe that there's great solutions out there. We just felt like we wanted to kind of chase down a different set of challenges here, and we're a bit maybe techier than most others, and so we thought it'd be fun.
You guys? No, not at all.
No. We have a heart for building things that we think are going to make a significant difference, a measurable difference in somebody's day. And that requires going the extra mile in a very competitive world. Absolutely. We got a lot of smart people out there.
Now, this is at avoyatravel.com, the booking site, or is that?
Yeah. Yep. You just go to avoyatravel.com. That's where it is. Now,
so you can test again, it out and take a look.
Yeah, we're still in beta mode. So you may be one of those users that see it. You may be one of the users that doesn't, because we're constantly trying to evaluate the performance of visitors based on different experiences on the website. So, we'll toss the coin and figure out which one version that you get. Don't worry, I can send you a link that'll give you the
booking and see what really happens.
Yeah. No, and like I said, it's a minimum viable product, which means that it's got to be good enough to compete in the market, but it is far from the full vision that we see creating over the course of the next couple of years. So it's going to get really outrageously advanced beyond anybody else.
And then, of course, if you got that, you're probably going to have to market that out to the consumer public in some way.
Yeah. And like I said, we're pretty good at marketing. We got that figured out.
Absolutely. Now, all right. So you got the new commission plan. You got the a special 60-year elite offer for new experienced advisors to come in and join you. And you have the new website that's going to work with IAs and consumers. Anything else you got going now?
That's the big stuff. That's the big stuff that I can share for today. Of course, we've got like secret projects that are in development, of various stages of development. We know that peak season is coming up, right? So like wave season is going to start almost like the day after Christmas is when we typically see traffic like do this big jump up. And so there's a few more new things in the works that we'll be launching between now and the end of the year so that we can make this the best wave season ever.
Fantastic. Now, all right. Now, just ask you, where can travel advisors who are interested in joining Avoya go to learn more about it? And also, I mean, there's two. There's the one for the elite offer that you're making, which was,
Yeah.
you already said that what that was, which is www.avoyatravel,
Avoyanetwork.com
Avoya Network,
slash 60 years.
60 years, avoyanetwork.com/60 years. And where for just folks who are not, who are interested in just joining you, period.
Yeah, if just avoyanetwork.com.
That's it.
www.avoyanetwork.com, or skip the www, just avoyanetwork.com, and you'll get the kind of the full site experience. We'll of course have links over to that promotion that we're running right now for that limited time. But yeah, that's definitely the spot to learn more. And we'd love to get connected with you. We've got a large team that wants to learn more about their businesses, because we want to make sure that we're a good match with each other.
Fantastic. Well, Jeff, I want to thank you for taking the time. And it's great to see you. More important, haven't talked to you in a while, and it was great to see you here. Sorry I missed the conference. Although you had closed that because you had all these great things.
We had a few too many secrets that we were trying to keep contained.
There you go. And they were probably bursting out at each port.
There was a lot of excitement out of the 550 folks that were there. So our biggest conference ever, and it was fun to deliver great news.
Fantastic. Well, good luck with all these different projects. It sounds great. And we hope to be hearing from you more as you develop these things, and also more stuff to come. And I want to thank you again for joining me.
Thank you, James. Really appreciate the opportunity to speak with you today. You're the best.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.